The drive out was fine. Good morning from Hutchinson. Westonka faces off Minnesota River today. McGovern to Beal right out front. Shot. Second shot. Rebound. Third shot. That goes to the net. And Westonka is quickly down 0-1 on an errant pass out front of the net.
That was not good.
Well, that'll wake up the bench. So with 14:47, Minnesota River 1, Westonka 0 on the opening draw.
They even got credit for 3 shots on that even.
Westonka wins the draw. Brown chips it forward to the neutral zone. Ranky finishes it off and dumps it in deep. Childers on the forecheck. Childers behind the net, battles for it. Comes outside to the near wall. Minnesota River throws a pass that's intercepted by Ranky. Ranky throws it in deep. Minnesota River now through the neutral zone on the near side. Cuts across, they've got numbers. Piastri with a good stick. Knocks his man up front, throws it behind the Westonka net. Around to Ranky now. Ranky up through the neutral zone. That'll run out of gas before it gets to the end line, and the Whitehawks will change. Whitehawks send out Milady, Koski, S. That puck skirts by. It'll come around to the near side here. Piastri will collect it. Gets rid of it before he gets a check. Now Brown up to the neutral zone, right at the blue line of Milady. Milady kicks it too far for S. Piastri chips it off the board, throws it forward up to Milady. Milady loses the puck. And Minnesota River back the other way. As Childers chips that, it heads up into the Minnesota River bench. We'll have a face-off at center ice. 13:38 remaining in the first.
I'm not sure I had the camera quite in place on that initial goal. What caused that?
McGovern passed it behind the net, and Beal tried to throw it up the boards, but rather it went right out in front to an open Minnesota River guy, and they just banged away. The third one went.
That'll do it.
McGovern chips it up to the blue line. Minnesota River now back the other way. Wesley to carry. He'll throw it in deep and chase. Wesley and Lundgren. Minnesota River throws it around. Westonka is there to stop it. Brown and Childers battle on the boards. Brown throws it in deep. Right back up the boards the other way. Brown.
It's McGovern, just FYI.
Oh, thank you.
Anytime.
Westonka now at the blue line. That puck will squirt out. Beal. Now McGovern. McGovern throws it the length of the ice, and they wave off icing as Ranky is first one into the zone. Ranky battles. Gets tied up. Now back to the point. McGovern over to Beal. Beal will shoot. Right on net, and Westonka will record his first shot of the game at 12:31 in the first. Shout out to Complete Eye Care in Medina. I wore my other golf contacts today. I can fully see the length of the ice now.
Fantastic. Polarized and everything.
Koski on the draw. Minnesota River wins that. They'll bring it out to the neutral zone. Now at the Whitehawks blue line. 3-on-2 as they come across. Shot. And Plum sucks that up. That'll be a face-off to the right of Eric Plum. Whitehawks almost back at full strength. Bobby Troe is still out on vacation and cold. Kaluzny on the bench today, both senior and junior. Westonka wins the draw, throws it to Brown. Koski throws it forward too far. And we'll do it all again from the same dot. So if you're just joining us, Westonka went down 1-0 with 15 seconds into the period, and that's where the score remains. Shot, that goes wide, comes back around to the near side point, he brings it down low. Tries to push it out front, Koski with a good stick, holds him, wrap around, Plum on the post, that'll get turned aside, nets off the moorings, and we'll have a face-off in the Westonka zone.
So Westonka blitz a little bit here early. See if they can find their feet and get the forecheck cranked up.
Westonka sends out Childers, S and Milady. Brown now chips it off the boards, up out to the blue line. That'll get kicked aside by Piaski. Piaski now up the far near side. Piaski to Childers. That gets knocked off of his stick. Minnesota River comes back the other way across the blue line. Good stick by Brown. Sends it around. Minnesota River is there to collect. Shot out front. And that's a goal. Westonka quickly down 2-0 with 11:32 remaining in the first. Odd man rush there. Koski, Lunger, and Wesley on the faceoff with Brown and Beal. Koski ties up on the dot, puck still loose. They battle. Minnesota River gains control in the neutral zone. They dump it in off the linesman. That gets stopped right at the blue line. Now they gain the zone deep. Beal and McGovern. McGovern up the Koski. Chip it back to the blue line. Shot. Deflected, turned aside. Here comes Lundgren now. Lundgren. He gets it out of his zone, gets cleaned afterwards. Here comes Koski across the blue line, and looks like there is a slight delay. That'll be an offsides.
I think Wesley just beat him across the line.
The Hawks will change their forwards. Ranky, Childers, and Zilka on the ice now. Ranky kicks it back to McGovern. McGovern over to Beal. Beal right up to Zilka. Zilka chips it across to Ranky. They battle at the blue line. Now Minnesota River chips it onto the near side boards. Ranky back down low for Childers. Tries to kick it out front. That's intercepted. Minnesota River back through the neutral zone. Good stick by Beal. Takes his man into the corner. Zilka now. Not soon enough. That puck gets dumped deep. Both defensemen behind the net. Westonka bunching up here. McGovern battles for it on the far side boards. He's there with Childers. Childers comes away with the puck behind the net immediately. That's too far for Zilka to handle. Shot! Right into Plum's midsection. He holds on. Minnesota River with an early aggressive forecheck here, sending all three guys deep.
You got to think that's going to burn him at some point, but so far it's resulted in a 7-1 shot advantage and a 2-goal lead.
Milady with a good stick at the blue line. A 2-on-1 now with S and Milady. 3-on-1 if they hurry.
Oh.
And that's offsides. Milady had jumped the gun there on the left wing. So we'll bring it back outside the zone for a faceoff.
Just a little bit discombobulated here. I think they are still reeling from the initial onslaught and haven't quite found their footing yet.
Brown's got a chase, 2 in pursuit. He'll ring it around the boards all the way to S. S chips it just up but got out. That puck is dumped back into the zone now. Minnesota River looking to control through the slot. S jumps it out of there up to Milady. That gets turned over in the neutral zone right back the other way for Piaski now. Piaski avoids the check, brings it through the neutral zone. A little bit of fancy footwork, then gets it taken off his stick. Koski gets control, tries to get a shot off. That goes wide. Minnesota River now back through the neutral zone. Piaski marking his man. Wesley's there with a good stick. They'll turn it back up the other way. Whitehawks will get a change while Wesley carries it into the zone. Wesley gets taken out on the near side corner. That puck goes behind the net, still battling for it. Puck squirts out to Minnesota River. The River now back up the ice. That puck will go too far, that'll be icing. And we'll bring it back down to the Bulldogs' end. At least I think that's a Bulldog.
I'm pretty sure.
Childers on the draw. Wins it right back to McGovern. McGovern, shot. That's deflected right off the defenseman. Gets a good stick on it, dumps it back in deep. Minnesota River now behind their own net. They'll bring it out the other way. Stolen at the neutral zone by Lundgren. Turned aside and dumped in deep. Beal will be the first one to the puck. Beal off the boards, gets it out of his zone as Minnesota River tries to make a bit of a ice change. They regroup in their own zone. Westonka gets some fresh bodies onto the ice. And that puck, no icing. Apparently Zoka could have got his hands on that puck. McGovern clears it around back to Zoka now. Zoka up the ice through the neutral zone, all the way to Reinke. Reinke on the far side. Good toe drag by Reinke. Shot!
Oh.
Goalie just got enough of it and was able to steer it aside. And here comes Minnesota River now. 1-on-2 as they hit the line. They'll get a change.
Got a back door.
Wait for help. And just that doesn't connect with the blue line. It'll come back out to the neutral zone. They'll regroup. Back through center. Koski steals it. He gets tied up immediately, but dishes it to Reinke. Reinke tries to connect with Zilka, and that puck will go into the zone. Koski is there. Reinke is there. Got it back to Piaski. Shot. That's deflected wide. Minnesota River will throw it the length of the ice. That will be icing. And at 7:21 remaining in the first, we'll bring it all the way back down to the Bulldogs' end. Childers to take the face-off. He wins it. Shot by Piaski. Right on net. Covered up. And we'll do it all again. Milady over to Brown. Brown can't control. That puck comes outside the zone. That's going to be a face-off in the neutral zone. They'll line it up again. Childers throws it in. Off of the defenseman. Milady picks it up, throws it on net. That's turned aside. Milady into the corner now. Minnesota River throws it forward. Good step by Piaski to try to get in front of that. Childers is back to help out. He's got to wait and turn back the other way as Minnesota River with a good fortune. S now battling on the far side boards. That puck comes out to Childers. Childers steps up. Throws it up to Milady. Milady now. He'll fire. That'll sail over the crossbar, and Childers is there to collect the rebound. Childers holds it deep. Westonka in the middle of a change now. They'll get fresh skates on the ice. Minnesota River comes back the other way. They turn around and wait for help. Here come the Bulldogs. And Wesley gets control of the puck, brings it into the zone, chips it in deep. Regains control, throws it out front. Goalie gets a stick on it, decides to cover up, and we'll have a face-off in the Bulldogs' end. 6:08 remaining in the first period. Bulldogs ahead of the Whitehawks 2-0. Koski on the draw. Comes out to Beal. He's got to hustle back. McGovern is there to help out McGovern. Too hot for Beal. He grabs it on the rebound. Gets across center ice. And he gains the zone, holds it, and he'll chase in deep. Nolan Beal behind the net tries to bring it back around. And we're going to have a penalty. Or
I think the net's loose.
Net comes off its moorings, and we'll have a face-off in the Bulldog end. Drop of the puck. Wesley scoots in to grab it. Now around the Bulldog net. Lundgren's there with them battling. Koski joins the fray. And that puck squirts out to Minnesota River. Here they come down the ice. 1-on-2 as they hit the zone. McGovern. He'll skate with it. Cycles around. Looks for help. Out to the point. Koski is there low. He trips over the winger. And Westonka gets it out of the zone. They try to chip it up to Lundgren a bit too far. Westonka will get a change here as Lundgren with a good forecheck knocks his man down. Goalie plays the puck up to center ice. Here comes Piaski now. Piaski misses getting the stick on that. Minnesota River sends it deep. Whitehawks in. Minnesota River now in the middle of a change. Puck out front. Knocked down by Piaski. He'll gain control and move it up the ice. Zilka back to Piaski. They take the blue line. Shot! It'll go wide. Puck on the near side boards now. Zilka battling for it. And that'll gain the neutral zone. Brown chips it back in, backhanded. Zilka on the forecheck. Too far for him to handle. They battle for it on the boards. That puck can't be settled down. And Minnesota River doing a good job of getting a forecheck. They flush to Brown. He gives up the puck deep into the zone. Piaski now pins his man up against the boards. Childers comes in to help out. And that puck was scored out of the zone. Minnesota River dumps it back in deep to the near side. Piaski put up against the boards. Childers gains control of the puck. And Minnesota River now back at their blue line. They'll regroup. Kicks it forward. Brown with a fancy little move to hold on the puck at the blue line. Milady with good pressure. Reflusters a defenseman. Now he pins him up against the boards. They battle for it on the blue line. Koski to help out. Koski with support from Brown. Shot low and hard. Deflected. Rebound goes wide. Minnesota River throws it back up to the point. McGovern rather is there. Brown steps up. Holds him at the blue line, kicks it back out to the neutral zone. Brown gets dumped, he's being held. Reminiscent of Breezy Point, where the man is down and continue to be pushed down even in his own zone. There'll be an offsides, we'll bring it outside the Bulldogs end now, with Koski, Milady, and S, McGovern, and Beal. Koski wins the faceoff, throws it up to S. S takes the zone. Minnesota River will throw it right back down the ice. That won't make it far enough. Beal over to McGovern. McGovern now up to Koski as the Whitehawks make the rush through center ice. Jumps off of his stick. He tries to leave it for Milady. And McGovern will throw it on net. Easy save for the Bulldogs goalie. 2:56 remains in the first. Minnesota River still leads 2-0. Whitehawks slowly creeping back up in shots on goal with 6 now. Minnesota River still with +1 and 7. Oh, that puck almost from the near side. McGovern throws it on net again. And this time the goalie will hold on and look for a faceoff. I think the goalie was expecting to go far post with that and had to stretch back as McGovern went near side. Koski will take the faceoff. Wins it to Milady. Milady now cycles around at the top of the circle. Keeps control. Looking for a shot. Holds it. Shot. That went
up into the netting
or the netting.
Out.
Either way, a face-off down in the deep in the Bulldog zone. Childers on the dot now. Minnesota River wins that, throws it into their zone, and then right to the neutral zone. Beal controls the puck. He can't handle it. They'll have a breakaway here momentarily. Lord. Shot, turned aside by Plum. McGovern back to help out. Minnesota River with pressure now. Childers tries to kick it over to Beal. They dish it back out to the blue line. Minnesota River throws it on net. That skitters through the slot. McGovern gets battled off the puck. Childers now up to Lundgren. That's too far. D-man steps up. Wesley is there to deflect the puck. They hold his own. Beal. Good use of his body as the Whitehawks have the blue line. They battle. That stays in the zone. Minnesota River now. Top of the circle. Wesley. Defenseman will grab it. Throws it on net. Off of Plum's shoulder. That's turned aside. Right up back into the slot. Shot. That's turned aside by Childers. He'll kick it off the glass, and then he'll get out of the zone. Whitehawks need a change here as the puck will roll down the ice. Minnesota River collects it in their end. Both
This is
teams.
another one of those 2 opportunities to clear, unsuccessful, and it just allows
Brown now gets stepped aside. He takes his man out. Once the Whitehawks gain control, that's going to be 2 minutes for tripping on Lachlan Brown. Not sure what else he could have done. Winger had a step on him. He had to try to make a play for it. The stick just got caught up in the legs.
the defensive core for the Whitehawks, not their finest period. Struggles up and down the roster.
So the Whitehawks will have to kill another penalty here. Koski, Piaski, Zilka, and McGovern. Shot from the point. That's turned aside by Piaski. He battles for it. Good effort by Will Piaski to get that out of the zone, make Minnesota River reset. Here come the River now. They push it past McGovern. Come behind the net, takes a look. Up to the top. Shot. Nope. Near side. Shot. That's turned aside by Plum. Piaski throws it off the glass. And Koski will hold the puck. Now throw it forward. Minnesota River will recollect in the neutral zone. Across the dot. Zilka steps up. Westonka tying it up in the neutral zone. 1:15 remain in the penalty. Zilka now right back out of the zone as Minnesota River makes a change. The River at the neutral zone. Koski gets spun around. Here come the River at the dot. Shot that goes wide. Karam's right to the Bulldogs. Bulldogs now back to the slot. Or back to the dot rather. Shot, backhand. Plum couldn't control the rebound, and that squirts out into the crease and is buried in the back of the net. So with 12.1 seconds remaining, Minnesota River Bulldogs get a power play goal and go up 3-0 here in the first.
I did not have a 3-0 deficit for the Whitehawks on my bingo board this morning. But they are getting firmly outplayed up and down the ice sheet so far in this game.
Hawks will send out Childers, Milady, and Ranke. They battle for it at neutral zone. Minnesota River now. And time will expire here in the first.
Oh, like they added the whole.
Tough period for the Hawks. A little bit slow getting out of bed this morning here.
Need to find that Northfield gear here in the second and third period if this is going to be a game.
It should be 2-1.
And the Hawks will send out Childers, Milady, and Ranke to start the period. They're joined by Brown and McGovern. Or no, that's Beal, isn't it? Yeah, Beal and McGovern.
I think we're gonna win.
Milady steps in to help out, gets on the draw. Beal now chips it forward into the zone. A puck up but not out. Ranke tries to Childers. They'll battle for it on the near side boards here. Ranke and Childers kicks it back to McGovern. Shot! They'll go wide, ricochet up the far side boards. And Minnesota River takes it back through the neutral zone. Now at the Whitehawks blue line. Good stick by McGovern. They turn around, wait for help. That goes all the way through. Goalie's going to have to come out and play that. Otherwise, Milady was going to be the first man on the puck. They turn it over. Shot. Ranky can't get a good handle on it. The goalie had left the net. Minnesota River now back the other way. The River take it deep into the Hawk zone. Throw it right through the crease. That'll go wide. Deal, hold it. Dump it down deep for McGovern. McGovern all the way around. Milady will be the first one on the puck. Not the first one on the puck.
The wrong angle.
Right back into the Hawk zone, D to D. Now they come up through center ice. Childers. He'll make a move to the near side. Tries to get off the dot. That puck skirts through the net. Goalie mishandles it, but nobody on the back door to bang it home. And the River will take it back up through into the Whitehawk zone. Shot out front, deflected, turned aside. Now they battle for it on the post. Plum turns that one aside. The River still have the puck. They throw it on net. Intercepted by Koski. Koski throws it up to Wesley. Too far for him. And it gets turned around at the blue line now with Piaski. Back to the neutral zone. Minnesota River tries to get to the Whitehawks blue line. Koski grabs it there. He'll throw it right back to the River at neutral ice. Chip forward, Lundgren just a bit too far out of his reach. He's got Wesley in the slot. Cycles around.
Get it to him.
Wesley's out front. Back to the point. Shot. That's deflected. Turned aside. Koski is there. Koski gets the rebound on the half. Wesley there. Puck's chipped behind the Bulldogs net. Lundgren knocks his man off the puck. Shot by Piaski, and that'll get sucked into the goalie's gut, and we'll have a face-off to the glove side of the Minnesota River goalie.
Unwillingness just to throw it to the man in front of the net continues to confound me.
12:44 remaining in the second. Draws one by the River, kick back to Beal. Beal will shoot, that'll get knocked down out front. Zilka battles for it now. That puck will squirt out. And the River will make it their way through center ice. They carry into the zone. Shot. Turned away. S now. S kicks it back, but just right to the defenseman. And the River control in the Whitehawk zone. They'll throw it back to the D. Shot. That makes it through. Leg pad saved by Plum. And that'll come all the way out of the zone. Puck gets turned over. Childers now trying to get there. He's got a corner. He's got an opportunity. Throws a pass out front to S, and he was tied up by the back checker. Good pass by Childers. Just couldn't connect with S. Whitehawks now. Childers with a good stick. Gets to the zone. Good effort to hold it there as the Whitehawks make a couple of changes. Zilka and Reinke on the ice for Childers now. Beal throws it at the net. That's gloved by the Bulldogs goalie, and we'll have a face-off deep in the Bulldogs end. Whitehawks with a good opportunity here. Maybe that's a sign of better things to come here in the second period.
It better be.
Koski lines up on the dot with Wesley and Milady. Minnesota River controls, and they'll throw it out into the bleachers, and we'll have a face-off on the same dot. Whitehawks struggling with their forecheck right now. They're backing off, not as aggressive as we typically see.
And that has been the bread and butter when they get buzzing. That is the forecheck that usually starts that engine. And the Bulldogs too easy out of the zone most times here after one shot.
Milady shot, that'll just go wide. And Minnesota River will throw it to neutral ice. Golden Beal now. Off the boards, collected by the Minnesota River, right across the Whitehawks blue line. Beal now will step up. He'll lead the charge up to Milady. Milady's got a step and a shot. Buries it into the goalie's stick, and that's an easy save for the Minnesota River goalie. So we'll face off back in the Minnesota River end here.
He's trying to do too much.
Koski, Reinke, Milady. Koski on the dot, tries to win it back. Close to the far side boards. Chipped out, 2-on-1 now as the Minnesota River take the blue line. Shot, turned aside by Flum. Heavy into the boards, and comes back to the point. Another shot, knocked down out front. Piaski now will lead the charge 3-on-2 if they hurry. Piaski comes to the near side. He gives it, just too far for Reinke. He collects the puck, goes right out front. Puck is loose. And Piaski have been tied up out front. And we'll have another face-off in the Minnesota River end. Feeney, 25 for the Minnesota River, realized he was on camera and decided to say hi to mom. Childers now on the dot. Puck squirts back to Piaski, tries to throw it on net. That's turned aside out front. Now they battle for it. Childers will turn and fire. Rebound right out front in the slot. Wesley didn't get there fast enough. Puck will come back down into the corner behind the Bulldogs net. Wesley's there, throws it back to the point.
Nobody home.
We were changing at that time, so Beal will have to hustle back to collect the puck in the Whitehawk zone. He pulls up, takes a look, right back to Wesley now. Wesley chips it forward to Childers. Up to Lundgren. Lundgren will dump it in. That'll come near side here as Childers. Forecheck into the zone. Wesley ties up his man, dumps it back down deep behind the net.
No, Ben does.
McGovern Lundgren steps up, knocks his man down. Childers now looks to hold. It's knocked off the puck. Shot, turned aside. It's out front. Slot, it's loose. Childers slow to get up. And the Minnesota River down 3-on-3 as they hit back in the zone. Shot turned aside on the near side by Plum's leg pad. Childers will get a change. Bring out Zilka and Koski with Lundgren. Lundgren will carry it into the zone. And the Whitehawks are offsides.
That whistle didn't come until Lundgren was at the circle.
Really frustrates you this morning, too. So we'll have a face-off outside the zone. Koski on the dot. That comes back to the Minnesota River D. They go D to D with it. Zilka will battle at the blue line. Puck is held at the linesman's skates. Now kicked out to the neutral zone. Brown tries to go to the far side. Another squirt across the blue line. The River throw it up, but not out. Whitehawks now. Zilka at the bottom of the circle. He'll shoot. Knocked off the leg pad. Rebound out front. And S gets checked into the net. That'll knock it off its moorings. We'll have a face-off inside the zone.
Whitehawks are going to have to start fighting these rebounds. They are abundant.
Yeah, Minnesota River goalie is just happy to get a leg pad on it, and those pucks are within 3 to 5 feet of the net. Somebody's got to put that in the back of the mesh. Koski now wins the draw momentarily. That puck comes out. Here comes the Minnesota River through the neutral zone across the Whitehawks blue line. Good step by Brown. Pulls it at the blue line. That comes in. Piaski, too far for Koski, regains control, splits the D, gets an opportunity, shot, turned aside, right out front, oh, Zilka. That went all the way through the crease, didn't hit the far post, and comes to the near side here. Now Zilka at the top of the slot. Passes to Brown, Brown will dump it in deep. Koski will go get a change, just S battles for it. S now, right out to Piaski. Can't get the full stick on that, come out of the zone. Whitehawks making a change as the River take the blue line. That puck is turned over. Here come the Hawks back the other way. Rankins. He gets tied up. He'll hold, wait for help. Shot, deflected, and regained control by the goalie. And that'll be a face-off on the near side. Now 8:19 remaining in the second. The River still hold a 3-0 commanding lead.
Pace of the period has changed, though. We are seeing a lot more offensive opportunities here for the Whitehawks. Still continue to have trouble putting one in the back, but
Puck loose in the slot, out front, at the side of the net. Plum tries to get, Plum puts the trapper on it, and we'll have a face-off to the glove side of Eric Plum. Out to the blue line. Milady chops at it. Then he ends up with the puck. Comes across.
got
Sets
Ricky.
himself up. Shot. That'll go over the crossbar into the glass and ricochet around to Childers. Childers now on the far side boards. Tries to dump it deep. River comes at center ice through the neutral zone into the Whitehawks. Turned aside by McGovern. McGovern now battles for it on the near side boards with Rankin. That puck squirts out. That's going to be icing. And we'll bring it back down to the Whitehawk zone for a face-off. .7:29 remaining in the second. Shot on net off the draw, that goes wide. Wesley now on the far side boards. Wesley and Beal with Koski. Beal now throws it behind the Whitehawks net up to Lundgren at the blue line. He gets enough of a piece of it to get it out and then gains control. Here comes, and that's somehow onside. Koski in the slot, shot. Gloved by Feeney, and we'll have a face-off in the Bulldog zone. Whitehawks will line up with Wesley, Koski, and Lundgren. Piaski and Brown are your defense. Right back to Brown, shot, rebound. Wesley in there to get a poke at it, but the puck had been gloved by the goalie. Need a few more of those. We'll do it again. Same lineup, same dot. They battle for it. Wesley gets it. He's knocked down. Koski now. Bounce pass back to Piaski. Piaski shot low and hard off the leg pad. Wesley pinned up against the net. Still battling for it. Wesley doing a great job out front as Koski now tries to throw it in for Piaski, and that'll skip out of the zone. Good patience by Koski there, waiting for Piaski to make the rush. Piaski will throw it into the zone and then go off. Whitehawks will go off on a change. Lundgren on the near far side boards. Zoka is with him and Milady. Piaski now up to Zoka. Zoka throws it across the line. Not far enough, but Milady will gain control, and here comes S on the ice. Milady must be playing center on this shift as the puck comes back the other way. Piaski now throws it into the zone. That's cleared and good. S hustles. Good forecheck by him. Knocks his man off the puck down Milady. Milady waits. Tries to get it to S. That's deflected. S now backs around to Milady. Milady gets pinned into the corner. Minnesota River wins that battle, but Brown holds at the blue line. They chip it back and forth. Brown with a backhand. Milady pins his man. Brown now. Shot! Defended. Turned aside. Zoka regains control. Back to Brown. Brown will skate. Look. He loses control of the puck, and the River will come out of the zone. They'll come back the other way. Zoka with a good stick knocks the puck down. And the River dump it in to McGovern. McGovern right back to the neutral zone.
Oh,
here comes
Zoka.
Zoka's got a step and an opportunity. Oh! Gets knocked off the puck. Good back check by the Minnesota River. And the goalie is able to put the trapper on it. We'll have a face-off to the near side. 5:13 remaining in the second. Bulldogs up 3-0.
Shots now in favor of the Whitehawks, but still nothing on the scoreboard to show for it.
Yeah, time in the zone has been definitely in favor and tilted this way, but still have yet to put one in the back of the net. Childers now to Ranky. Ranky goes it back to McGovern. That puck will end up on net, but steered aside. Beal will hold his own. Childers throws it to the far side corner in open ice. Milady gets control. At the blue line, tied up. Now back to Milady. Milady will regroup. Throw it back to Beal. Beal over to McGovern. McGovern now in the neutral zone. They try to gain the zone and can't. Bring it back the other way for Ranky. Ranky at the blue line. That's too far. So not far enough. Childers had anticipated the pass, but it went off the defenseman, and we'll have a face-off outside the zone.
It's another one of those. They're 6 inches from a good opportunity, but unable to execute.
Whitehawks will change defenseman. Childers on the draw. Too far for Wesley. Good pressure by Wesley. Turns on the forecheck. Childers now at the blue line. He gains the zone. Gives it to Ranky. Ranky can't get enough lumber on it. That puck's loose out in the slot. Childers throws it back to Piaski. Shot. That just goes wide. Whitehawks taking chances now with their defenseman collapsing Piaski a few times here, trying to find the back of the net. Wesley with a good forecheck. Squeeze. Oh, Wesley's going to go to the box for interference or roughing, one of the two. So Quinn Wesley with a check after the defenseman had unloaded the puck, knocks his man down and will go off at 4:11 remaining in the period. 2 minutes for roughing. So the Whitehawks will go back on the penalty kill.
Whitehawks second of the day so far. Bulldogs still clean on the score sheet.
Bulldogs' third tally came on the last Whitehawks penalty kill. So the Whitehawks will send out.
I think they had 2 of their goals. I think they've had 2 power play goals.
The 2?
I think so.
Take your word for it.
I think their second.
Check.
I think their second goal might have been on the power play as well.
I think you are correct. Minnesota River now collecting their own end. They'll bring it back to the neutral zone. Koski meets them there. They'll have to turn back. Good stick by Piaski. He gains the red line. He'll carry in, throws it across, and dumps it into the zone. Whitehawks will wait. They send one. Minnesota River collect behind their own net. Good forecheck by the Hawks here to tie him up. That puck comes out to center ice now. Piaski and Brown back on defense. That puck is turned over to Lundgren. He can't get it out of his zone.
It's just that
we're going to have interference.
They're going to send a Bulldog to the box? We are. Yep, 56 just headed into the box for the Bulldogs.
So that'll bring us back to 4-on-4 hockey for the next 56, or for the next minute, 4 rather. We'll bring the puck down to the Bulldogs end. 3:15 remain in the period.
So you've got Milady, Renke, Brown, and Piaski.
Milady on the dot. He wins the face-off, keeps it himself. Turns and looks, they'll set it up. 4-on-4 hockey here. Milady, backhand to Piaski. Piaski will carry deep into the zone. They'll battle for it. Throws it out front, and the trapper or the goalie gets closed on that puck. And we'll have a face-off with 2:58 back here in the Bulldog zone. Whitehawks will keep the same 4. Milady wins the draw back to Piaski. He takes a look. Right back to Milady. Milady now. That puck will come out of the zone. Whitehawks got to watch the after-action play here. Piaski with a good opportunity. He's right out front by himself. Puts it off to Feeney's shoulder, and that's quickly frozen, and we'll have a face-off to the far side.
No, you're right. I'm watching you too.
Whitehawks just having a hard time finding the back of the net today. We've had multiple point-blank opportunities, and so far, number 25 for the Bulldogs went up to the task.
The lady will stay on the ice. The Hawks will change. Renke for... Oh, that puck is deflected off the defensive stick, goes to the back of the net. Piaski with a good shot. So Milady wins the draw. It goes back to Piaski. Piaski takes a quick shot, deflected right in the back of the net. And that'll bring the score to 3-1. And we'll go to 5-on-5 hockey now. I don't know why.
Yeah, shouldn't...
I think the referee just corrected it.
Yeah, they should still have 4.
The linesman went 5-on-5, but the referee stepped in, and we'll stay 4-on-4 hockey now. They battle for it on the center dot. Zoka throws it forward, not far enough. Brown now. Brown tied up by 2 men, kicks it forward to Koski. Koski immediately tied up. That puck squirts out to Zoka. He'll bring it on to the near side to Piaski. Piaski across the line. He'll throw it deep behind the net. That bangs off the iron. Koski is there on the good forecheck. Whitehawks now will go on the power play. 5-on-4 as they send Childers onto the ice. River throw it on net, or throw it just past the net rather. Childers, first man of the puck, scoops it around to the near side. The puck is intercepted by Koski. He throws a 2-bar for Renke, and that's going to be icing. So with 39 seconds remaining in the Whitehawks power play, we'll go back down to the Whitehawks end for a faceoff. Whitehawks will keep Koski, Ranky, and Childers on the ice
And just set Milady on, so
Beal
you've got the power play group here.
with Beal and Milady. Koski on the draw. That's pushed out of his zone. Ranky will gain control. Throws it right through center ice. Picked up by the River. Good forecheck by Milady. He wins that battle. He'll bring it out to the side. And before he could turn it back to the defenseman, that puck will come out of the zone. Throws it back into the zone. That's going to be on net. Goalie will turn to the side. Shot. Deflected. That's steered wide. Childers right over to Ranky. Ranky back to Milady. Milady now back to Ranky. They'll set it up at the top of the circle. And hits a skate into the slot. That's going to come out of the zone. The River are now at full strength, 5-on-5 hockey, and they'll be into the zone first. They collect the puck, wrap around, throws it out front. Shot. That goes wide. Childers. 1 minute remaining in the period now as the Hawks come through center ice. Turned over at the blue line. Shot, turned aside right out front. Another shot, blocker aside by Flum. River turning on the pressure here with less than 1 minute remaining in the period. In the neutral zone now. They'll dump it in and get a change. Beal brings it around the back of his own net, right up to Milady. That's skips off of his stick. That's going to be icing. So 31 seconds remaining. We'll bring it back down to the Whitehawks zone for a late period faceoff.
That has been now a couple of times on the Whitehawk power play where we've turned it over on tipped passes, the tops of the circles, and it's led to in Shakopee the game winner. And today another dangerous opportunity. It's going to be a little more crisp with those passes.
Whitehawks send out Koski, Zilka, Brown, Piaski, and S for the last 30 seconds. Koski with the puck at center ice over to Zilka. He gains his own, looks, throws it on net. Good opportunity as Piaski was crashing. Whitehawks clearly trying to put some more offensive pressure with Piaski coming into the zone the last several occasions. Zilka, I think, was just trying to either throw a pass there or get it to hit off the goalie's pads.
It has been working in terms of the ability to ramp up the pressure on the Bulldogs. Still a 2-goal deficit, but a much better period this than the last.
So Childers will take S's spot on the ice for the last couple of seconds through the period. 10 seconds and counting. Zilka leaves it for Childers. Back to the point. Beal holds his own. 1 second. Shot. And that will go wide, and that will wrap up the second period. The Hawks now leading in shots 28-18, but still trailing in goals. Down by 2 here as we head into intermission. They'll resurface the ice, and we'll be back at Burrich Arena in 15.
It's like the fucking modern day grass idol that I can.
A lot of droopy daubers. Sure why we needed to unmute it for that.
Good nostril shot.
probably a good time for a new one.
Whitehawks will start with Childers, Piaski, Zilka, and Renke this period. Whitehawks start down 2 here. Be nice to get one quick. Childers at center ice. Renke ties up his man. Here comes Minnesota River now. The River shot. That'll go just wide. Ricochet around now. Childers. Puck gets knocked off of his stick. That'll hit the back of the net. Come around to Zilka. Zilka now. Keeps it out. Up to Piaski. Piaski, rink wide to Renke now. Renke chips it into the zone. Piaski will be the first one on the puck. Piaski will be the first one on the puck. They'll retreat. Here comes Minnesota River now. That puck will hit Zilka. Knocked down by Piaski at the blue line. Tries to drive to the net. Gets knocked down in the corner. And that's going to be a penalty.
Put us on the power play.
So the River will go to the box, 2 minutes for roughing at 14-9 remaining in the third. The Whitehawks will go on their second power play of the game. Unable to connect the first time around, the Hawks will now send out Renke, Childers, Koski, Milady, and Piaski. Koski will take the dot. They battle for it. Goes down behind the Minnesota River net. River carry the puck and proceed to throw it off the wall.
Yeah, that was. Wonder if he grabbed brown sticks coming out of the locker room.
So we'll have a dot on the other side. Renke will take the draw.
I posted 30 years. Yeah, I know.
That puck will scoot through the crease to the opposite corner. Chipped up and out. Milady back to collect it. Up to Childers. Childers back to Milady. They'll regroup at center ice and bring it up the other side. Here comes Piaski now. Walks across the blue line, holds, waits. Sauces over to Childers. He gains control. Throws it low. There's Renke now. He'll cycle around right back to Milady. Milady walks the blue line. Looks, shot. Goes back to the opposite corner. It's loose. Renke tucks it in on the backside. So at 13:28, the Whitehawks score a power play goal and close the gap to 1. Good job by Milady there, finding time, walking the blue line, went back the other way with it. The goalie couldn't corral it, and Renke's there on the doorstep to just pop one in.
Talked about that in the second period, the opportunity for those rebounds, and finally able to capitalize on one that came loose.
So we'll go back to full strength 5-on-5 hockey while the referee records the goal. Childers, Wesley, and Lundgren will get sent out with Beal and McGovern. Childers, they battle for it at center ice. He comes away with the puck. He'll throw it off the boards and in deep into the River zone. Wesley, good on the forecheck. He gets knocked down, but gains control of the puck. Lundgren is there with him. He comes behind the net, tries to backhand it out front. That gets cleared out of the slot by the defenseman. Beal throws it in on net. The puck still hops around, and the goalie covers it. Whitehawks would be wise to chase every puck into the zone. There's been quite a few rebounds and opportunities on the second opportunities. Opportunities on the second opportunities. That makes a lot of sense.
But what's like you're saying there's been a lot of opportunities.
There has. And as Wesley misses the puck at the blue line, that'll be icing, and it'll come back down to the near side. So with 12:52, face off in the Whitehawks zone. Whitehawks will send out Milady, S, and Koski. Beal and McGovern. Koski on the draw. Tie up on the dot. Milady steps in to help out. That shot goes wide. McGovern doing in the cold.
I have no idea.
The puck will skirt the length of the ice. So the icing is waved off. So the River now got to bring it out of their end. S with a good forecheck. Throws it out front into the slot. Turn shot, Milady. And that puck is scooped up by the River goalie. And with 12:31 remaining in the period, we'll have a face-off down in the Bulldog zone.
Milady just couldn't quite get slowed down enough to get a shot from point blank. Koski will get it on net, but swallowed up.
River
No
now.
rebound there.
River behind their own net. They'll go back the other way with it. And no icing somehow. Beal, first one to the puck. Beal gets knocked out, or gets knocked to the near side. The puck will go off the iron behind the net. McGovern chips it this way to Koski. Koski now pinched on the board. Referee gets in the way. That slows the puck down. Koski battles for it. Puck squirts out. Pass with a good stick. McGovern now. He'll throw it off the glass and out of the zone. That puck will go the length of the ice. That's going to be icing. And we'll bring it back down to the Whitehawk zone here for a face-off.
Finally found out in the bathroom.
Hawks will change lines, send up Childers, Zilka, Renke with Brown and Piaski. Childers will take the draw. It's won by the River. That shot will go wide. That angle. Piaski now. He'll dump it off the boards. That makes it up and out. Just barely gets across the blue line. Childers now will help it across. River throw it back to Piaski. He throws it up to Renke now. Renke at the red line. Too far for Zilka. That gets chipped back the other way, and here come the River. At the hash marks. That puck is deflected. Zilka now. He tries to get it out. At the top of the circle, they dance a bit. Rolls off of his stick to the other side. Oh, good stick by Childers. There's a man waiting on the back door for that shot. Childers now across the River blue line. Childers will dump it into the zone. He'll go off on a change. And Wesley now continues the forecheck. Wesley with Lundgren. They hold the zone. Wesley now top of the circle.
Oh, rip that.
Shot that flutters into the goalie's trapper, and we'll have a face-off down on the Bulldog end. 10:48 remaining in the third period. I would like this playlist.
Solid.
Koski now wins the draw cleanly to Beal. Beal shot on the ice. Turned aside by the goalie, and he quickly covers up. We'll have a face-off at the same dot. 10:43 now remaining.
Definitely better than what we had in Maple Grove the other night.
Koski. Lundgren helps the puck behind the net. Hawks shot off the goalie's face mask. He knocks it down. The River now try to bring it back the other way. Up to the point. Lundgren will hold ground. Throw it back into the slot. Puck bounces around to the far side. Lundgren throws it back out front. McGovern, he's got to hustle. Good stick, just knocks the puck off the attackers. Ooh, that puck goes through the crease and wide. Right back into the slot. Beal is there. Beal kicks it up to Wesley. He can't handle. Throws it across in the middle of the ice. River recollects. Koski intercepts one. He'll bring it deep into the River zone. Actually, he'll peel off. Milady will continue the forecheck, and the River will help out by throwing it the length of the ice. Literally no pressure as the four of the Whitehawks had peeled off for a line change.
I've seen that move by the Whitehawks a couple times this season as well.
A 14-year-old brain not fully developed. Ronan Childers on the face-off. He's joined by Milady and S. Milady wins the battle behind the net, throws it on out front in the slot. It's loose. Comes across the top, shot again. That'll go wide. Actually go off in the back of Childers' head, it looks like. Piaski now. Let's turn it back around at center ice. Throws it into the zone. They dish it right back to Piaski. He'll step forward. He's at the top of the circle. Shot. That's deflected. Again, another loose puck that has to be corralled by the goalie. And we'll have another face-off with the Hawks now tallying 30 shots on goal. The draw goes behind the River end. Now on the far side, Dasher. Brown steps up, but that squirts out. Milady with a good tip back to Piaski. Piaski will go the other way to Brown. Brown right up to Childers as they take the zone. Childers with speed.
What are you listening to?
Two men, Childers gets knocked off and speed.
Oh!
But not before dishing the puck to Piaski out front. Piaski buries it in the back of the net. Good heads up play by Childers to take the hit. Still dish the puck out front. We've got a 3-3 tie.
Earned that apple.
Ronan Childers with the hard hat award here on that shift. He's got to pick up his chiclets off the ice, but he gets an apple out of the deal. So with 9 minutes remaining, we've got a new game, 3-3, all tied up. Koski on the draw. He's got Beal and McGovern as his defenseman, Zoka and Reinke as the forwards. McGovern, Beal will corral it, will bring it across, get it out of the zone. River now at the blue line with numbers. They throw a pass errantly into the corner. Koski now will take it the other way. That puck will squirt out front. McGovern, shot! And that'll squeak between the 5-hole. And the River will take a 4-3 lead. So just like that, the Hawks down 1 again. Koski back to Brown. Brown in his own end. He clears the puck out of his zone. Here comes Koski. Koski up to Zoka now. Zoka across the blue line.
Fine Piaski.
Reinke on the front near side boards. They hold the puck low. Zoka's there to help him out. Puck gets chipped out front. Shot. Second shot. That's a goal. Reinke with another at the post goal. Right time, right place. So that ties the score back 4-4.
That's the first thing she said. When we were figuring out who's doing what.
With 8:18 remaining in the third here.
We'll do this because of this and this, and then you take it.
So after a pretty dormant second, both teams tally one here in the third.
Marshall Rankley clearly got the word in the locker room that this goalie is giving up rebounds. Just be there to bang it home. Puck comes into the Whitehawk zone. Flum will play it. Kicks it aside for Brown. Heavy forecheck by the River. River collapse in on the Hawks. Brown back up the same side to Lundgren. That gets stopped at the hash marks. Lundgren now will get it out of the zone. Wesley's there to help out. Wesley across the blue line. He'll bring it into the zone. Throws it out front. Too far for Lundgren. They battle for it. Shot on net. Easily gloved by Feeney, the Bulldog goalie. And we've got 7:53 remaining in the third. 4-4 tie. We will have a face-off deep in the Minnesota River end.
I'll be honest with you, I did not read the rules. Do you know if we get to the end in the tie, given that this is a round-robin tourney, if we got to have a winner or we have ties?
I do not know the official rules for this tournament, but if it's played like a Mike Jamboree, we'll just end up in a tie.
You grab the presents too, and then you gotta open it.
Got to give credit to Nick Brown. He asked, are we back to Mites, where we just score points and then at the end of the weekend we all go home with a participation ribbon?
Especially when it's a younger kid.
Puck comes back to Lundgren off the draw. He backhands it to Piaski. Shot. That's on net. That's gloved, and we'll do it again. The Hawks scoring 3 goals here in the third.
Let's see, Wesley in front of the net again, taking a hack at deflecting that one. Whitehawks are in the right spots.
On the far side, Childers now behind the net. Tries to chip it to himself. That goes the other way. Minnesota River just wants to get the puck out of the zone, relieve pressure. That'll be icing. We'll bring it all the way back down to the Bulldogs' end. 7:23 remaining in the third. It'd be nice if the Hawks could come out on the right side of this one, given the struggles they had in the first period and a half. Koski will line up with Mulaney and Ness. Koski battles on the dot.
Oh, find it.
Goes to Mulaney. He kicks it back to McGovern. He has trouble with it and wisely kicks it back into the zone, as that would have been an odd man opportunity coming back down. So we'll take the face off just outside the zone. Hawks will keep the same 5. Koski kicks it back to McGovern this time. McGovern to Beal across the red line. He throws it into the zone. Minnesota River picks it up. Battle at the blue line, and here come the River back down the ice. Good back check by S. Knocks his man off the puck. Shot deflected. That goes wide. Good back check by Koski to knock his man down on the near side post. Whitehawks coming alive here in the third. Milady sidesteps a check, pushes the puck into the zone. Whitehawks will make a couple of changes, get some fresh bodies on the ice as the River battle for it on the blue line. Step up, step up. Shot, deflected by Flum, turned aside. Beal with a good job covering the backside there.
No, I think Christine just sent us the rules.
Oh, thank you, Christine.
Does it fit better than when you first tried it?
Puck comes across the blue line. Beal is there. Beal holds on. Now at the top of the circle. That puck will squirt out of the zone back into the neutral zone. River shot. Flum blockers it. Turn to the far side boards. McGovern is there to pin his man. Childers now to the near side. Zoka's got a hustle. Gets beat to the puck. Misses the check. Shot out front. That'll go right through the slot.
McGovern, lucky he didn't head to the box there.
Good stick by Childers. Hawks need a line change here. Beal now. Beal will skate. That puck goes too far. Zilka throws it out. That'll get out of the zone, and that's going to be offsides. And round robin play. There will be no sudden death overtime periods in round robin tournaments. So each team would effectively get a point for the tie.
Lame.
Battle for it at the blue line. Brown is there. He's got Wesley. Wesley chips the puck forward. Wesley, good effort by Quinn Wesley today. He gets knocked off the puck, but not before getting it to Koski. Koski and Lundgren back. Shot!
Yes! No goal?
We're going to say somebody's in the crease. They're waving it off.
Oh, the net was
The net is
loose.
off its moorings.
Convenient.
So no goal, but that does not diminish Wesley's effort to get that puck to Koski. And Koski throwing it out front, I think, to Zilka. Actually, Zilka's not on the ice. Scratch that. Either way, will remain 4-4, 5:14 remaining.
I think it was Brown that took the actual shot there.
Out front, wraparound. That's rebound.
Oh,
Collected by the Bulldog goalie. A good series of opportunities there for the Hawks. That'll take us down to 5:03 in the third.
Shit, they got last names on their jerseys.
Koski on the dot. He'll come out to the blue line, held in by Lundgren. The River now come across the red line. And they'll dump it in. That'll be all the way around to Piaski. He gets hit from behind, but he gets the puck to Koski now. Koski across the neutral zone. Dodges and weaves, comes across the blue line. He fires. Kick the side, turn back out front. Puck behind the net now. They're trying to bang it in. Puck still comes loose. Lundgren grabs it. Swings around the far side, comes to the top of the circle. Tries to hold on, does it the blue line, gets knocked off, but not before dumping the puck deep to Wesley. Wesley now tied up into the corner. Wesley battles for it. Tries to kick it back to Koski, that comes out. Lundgren is right there to knock his man off the puck. Whitehawks come right back into the zone. Shot! Blocker to side. Whitehawks got to get out for a change here. So they'll give up the zone to the River. River now through neutral zone. Oh, good step by Piaski. He'll come across the blue line. Sidesteps a check and brings it deep into the zone. 3:59 remaining in the period. Now S behind the net. Shot to Piaski.
Oh!
That gets turned aside. Beal fires the puck and knocks the defenseman over. Milady into the corner pins his man. Beal now back. He's got McGovern. Chips it over. They'll bring it back up the other way. McGovern gets across the left red line, throws it deep. Childers now with S. And Milady on the ice as your forwards. River throw it out to Beal. Tries to chip it forward. That puck is knocked down by McGovern. They tie up at the neutral zone, and Milady takes it the other way. Milady sidesteps a check. Shot! Right into the chesty of the goalie, and we'll have a face-off with 3:15 remaining in the third. Still knotted up at fours. Whitehawks now with 39 shots on goal and holding the River to 21.
You're not in an airport right now?
I feel at least like 10 of those have hit the goalie right in the Bulldog logo, though.
Koski on the draw. That puck is chipped out of the zone. Beal will help McGovern out. That puck will stay out, and
Offsides.
Moon was offsides for the River, and that puck will come outside the zone for a face-off. Good job by Nolan Beal there to step up, knowing that McGovern was about a step and a half behind. Came over to help out, threw the puck back out of the zone, and we've got a face-off. The River now control the neutral zone. Battle at the blue line. That puck comes out to Zoka. Zoka chips it. Back to Beal. Beal up to McGovern. McGovern now. He'll make the rush into the zone. Crossing the River blue line. Takes it deep. Throws it out front. And that hits the leg pad of the River goalie. He'll freeze it. We'll have a face-off in the Bulldog end. 2:50 remaining in the period. Whitehawks now tie up on the dot. Koski there. Puck is ringed around. Beal's there to stop it. He'll throw it back deep down to the end line. Koski up front. Puck in the slot. That's turned aside by the defenseman. They battle. Zilka now throws it out front. Koski back to Beal. Beal. That puck just goes wide. 2:27 remains. Now they battle for it at center ice. Here come the River. Glove. Big glove saved by Flum. So at 2:17, we'll have a face-off deep into the zone. So the Hawks will send out Childers, Milady, Wesley, Piaski, and Brown. Childers on the face-off. He wins the draw, cleanly back to Brown. Brown off the glass, out of the zone. There goes Milady. Milady in a foot race. River are going to get there first. They'll bring it behind their own net. Wesley is there to beat him. Quinn Wesley with a good forecheck. That puck comes out to the near side, and Childers, he'll throw it behind the net. Milady now. He gains control. He'll cycle, bring it back to Brown. Brown, shot. That'll go wide. He'll come all the way to Piaski on the other point, down to Childers now. Childers back to Piaski. He'll walk the line, shot. That hits a man out front, deflected wide. Childers regains the puck. Childers now. Good sidestep, holds his own. But the River will take over. Oh, that puck turns around the other way. Wesley now gives it to Childers. He's got to go backhand, tries to throw it back out front. That's knocked down by a defenseman. Now they're behind the net. They scramble for it. 1:28 remaining in the game. Puck comes out. Here come the River. Brown steps up, knocks the puck off of his man's stick. Piaski throws it back the other way. Good play by Will Piaski. Brown now, up and out off of Wesley's stick. Childers will come across the blue line. He'll shoot. Leg pad save, 1 minute remaining in the game. Whitehawks will put some fresh bodies on the ice here for the last minute. Koski is joined by Lundgren, as well as McGovern, Piaski, and Reinke. Lundgren now in the slot. That puck comes out to the center ice. Chipped off by Koski. He gets hit. Puck still battling for it. Now Reinke into the zone. Reinke chips it out front. Shot! Lundgren! Turned aside by the goalie. 39 seconds remaining. Lundgren back to McGovern. Shot on net. Puck out front in the slot. It's loose.
Good Lord.
And the River will throw it down. He's going to get there before the red line. He'll throw it across the ice to his partner. That's on the far side boards now, tied up by McGovern. Puck will come out of the slot. Clean shot. Plum gets a glove on it. That goes over the crossbar. Koski now throws it to the near side. 15 seconds remaining. Shot from the point. Deflected out front. That goes wide. In the slot. 6 second shot. Turned aside by Plum. Shot. Good back check by Reinke. They fire another one. That's going to go wide, and time will elapse.
Good
And the
Christ.
Whitehawks escaped the last 25 seconds with multiple point-blank shots on net and are turned aside. This one will end in a 4-4 tie. Whitehawks with 40 shots on net. Minnesota River Bulldogs with 24.
I think they missed the last 3 or 4 Whitehawk shots there too. But that flurry at the end, emblematic of the struggles the Whitehawks have had. They just, when they get stuck in the defensive end, they sometimes get clogged. And it turned into, I don't know, 4 or 5 real good opportunities there for the Bulldogs right at the end of the game.
So we'll see you back here at Burrich Arena at 5:15 this evening, where the Whitehawks will take on the Waconia Wildcats.
Better find a better game between now and then. Before they play the Wildcats. Take a nap and eat some Wheaties.